Alright, Skull Nation, thanks for being with me. Hit that subscribe button, the notification bell, like, comment, and share this content. Skull, baby. Welcome to another episode of Talk Vikings with me. Thanks for joining me. I'm your host, Mel, here to talk Minnesota Vikings football. Another must-have, another must-win for us. We got the Chargers coming through. Well, we actually have to go to them. They're not coming through here. But a total another winnable game. All of our games has come down to the wire. I hope this don't happen, man. I hope we go over there and really lay it to them. Because this is another winnable game. I actually think we're better than them. They're 5-3. Like that should be our record. Like they have games where they've gotten beat up. The Vikings have never gotten beat up all season. We've never gotten beat up all season. They have. Total winnable game, man. But we have to play it right. We have to do. Well, we have to play how we're supposed to play. Like. All the veterans, this is the game where Zimmer has to do his thing. All the veterans has to. They have a younger team. They have less veterans. Like that young quarterback, like Herbert. Zimmer should terrorize Justin Herbert tomorrow, like just all day. He should just do whatever he want to do. Oh, my God, man! Like, and how do we? I was watching that game against Baltimore and the Dolphins on Thursday night. Like, why wasn't Zimmer blitzing Lamar Jackson? That's how you play him. You blitz him. All they do, they are the number one running team in the NFL. Why won't you blitz him? Every now and then they'll do the play action or they'll have something to Hollywood in them. But their whole team runs their whole offense operates on runs. They're like the Browns. They're just like the Browns. It's them and the Browns back and forth, always fighting over who's the number one running team. Like, why won't you blitz them like just about every play and then play their receivers tight man coverage and have one single high? Like, why won't you do that? Zimmer be confusing me sometimes, man. For a defensive genius, he just confuses me sometimes. I don't know. Like, I didn't understand last weekend. They just kept playing conservative all through the third quarter. Why would you give up a whole third, like one of the drives took up the whole third? All right, never mind. That game is behind us. I just didn't understand it. Like, I guess the offense was supposed to reciprocate the energy of the defense, but like, give up that long drive and you just refuse to blitz. Now, this is another game where all the experts they have chosen to go against the Vikings. Everybody's chosen the Chargers. Everybody's chosen the Chargers. Okay, the Chargers has the absolute worst run defense in all of football. All of football. Okay, I'm segueing into point number one. This is what we have to do on offense here. If you look at the Chargers defense, they have the last run defense. They have the number one worst run defense in the NFL. They are allowing about 160 something, 150 yards. They're allowing over 100 yards every game. Like every game. They're 30th in the league. This should be the game where Kirk Cousins, Clint Kubiak, Dalvin is cool. He doesn't need this is the game where they bounce back. This is the game where you guys show us what you got. Okay? This is the game where you shut everybody up. What happened to the Seattle Kirk Cousins? What happened to him? What happened to that dude? Where did he go? The offensive line is obviously better. Christian Darrisaw you're not getting sacked no more. We're not seeing penetration no more. What is the issue now? Why are we not getting 3rd and 1s? Why are we not the best play action team in the league? Why don't we have Justin Jefferson taking defenses tops off? Why aren't we the best middle in the middle of the field passing team? We have somebody to take the top off. And why aren't we the best deep ball throwing team? Why aren't we the best middle throwing team? Why aren't we the best play action team? We have all the weapons. This is insane. There are other OCs out there just licking their, just wishing they had the weapons we have. Just praying. Hold on. You have Dalvin Cook, Adam Thielen, Kirk Cousins, Justin Jefferson, a competent line, and y'all can't move the football? Are you kidding me? This is totally an OC's problem. But no, yeah, it's all Zimmer fault. Zimmer's the head coach. Zimmer. Listen, man. They have an okay pass defense. They have Asante Samuel Jr. I love that kid. He's just following his dad's footstep. Rookie, balling, doing this thing, but he is a rookie. He can be exploited. Their pass defense is like okay. It's not good. It's okay. But their run defense is an absolute mess. They don't have a good defense, period. That team relies on their offense. What do they rely on? What gets them in? What keeps them in games? What their offense? Justin Herbert, Keenan Allen. Keenan Allen is putting up numbers. He just had a 100-yard game against oh God, who did they just play? The Eagles. They just beat up the Eagles. Put up numbers. Now we can't take them lightly. We just can't. Because they just beat up the Eagles. Like, this is how I look at it. The Eagles smoked the Lions. The Lions almost beat us. We were like holding our breath at the end. The Lions, I'm telling you, they've played some games where it's like, okay, they should have won that game. Like, they should have beat the Ravens. I don't care what y'all say. The Lions won that game. They're just a cursed team. If you think we have it bad in Minnesota, you don't want to be a Lions fan. You don't want. Even the Browns, they're starting to win this year. You don't want to be a Browns fan. I don't want to hear any Browns fans. Just don't talk to me. For like 10 years, you guys didn't exist. Y'all are like a college team. Like, Browns fans, do not talk to me at all. Don't talk to me. But they have an okay. Like I said, their run game is trash. For some reason, the Vikings had this problem. We had a bad pass, a bad passing offensive line. Like, they were bad against the pass, but great against the run. Okay, the Chargers' offensive line is the exact opposite. They are great against the pass, sucks against the run. I mean, they're dead last in the run game, but they make up for it in the pass game because they protect Justin Herbert. They don't allow a lot of sacks. I think they've allowed 8 sacks in 14 games. That is not bad at all. 8 sacks in 14 games. That, like, well, obviously going back to last year. And Herbert didn't get sacked at all against the Eagles last week. He didn't get sacked one single time. They have a great offensive line. But I like our defensive line. Even without Daniil. Like, Everson and the boys, they're gonna bring it. The boy Wanham, and they're going to be, and Patrick Jones and them, they're going to be rotating. I like our defensive line. I think we have one of the best, not even I think. We do have one of the best defensive line in football. We still lead it. I think we're second. Still lead the league in sacks. We're still number 1 or number 2. So our boys get after it. Now, it's going to be interesting seeing our defensive line go against their offensive line in the pass game. Hopefully we give them a couple sacks because we're good in that department for the first time in a few weeks because they're not used to giving up sacks. So if we could terrorize their offensive line, if we could terrorize Justin Herbert. Now this is where Zimmer got to do his thing. Like, he got to put some blitz packages together, which is what he's superb in. Putting those blitz packages together, the AA gap, AAA gap, or whatever A gap blitzes he's got, and he's great at disguising it. So I mean, like, this is just a game where everybody can shine, man. Like Zimmer, because we already know what they are. It's so ironic. They have the worst running game in football, and they have the worst run defense in football. Like, this is one of those games where, I mean, they have talent, and we obviously have talent too. But this is, come on, this is coaching. Like, if we don't win this game, like, I'm a Zimmer guy, but he got me looking at him like what is going on? Well, like I said, I'm a Zimmer guy, and a lot of our losses has been in the OC this year. Come on, Clint. Put some drives together. We can get 3rd and 1. You mean to tell me you can't come up with nothing? But let me stop talking about Coach Zimmer, because I'm a Zimmer guy. I love me some Zimmer. But at the end of the day, he is the head coach of the team. Like, everything falls on his shoulders. So, all this talk about how he's got his hand down on he's got his foot on Kubiak's neck, and Kubiak can't really do what he want to do. He can't really open up the offense. It's like, nah. Or like Kirk can't audible because Zimmer says, and it's like, yo, man, everything has come out, and it's like, no, they have control over that. Kirk could audible if he wants. Like, they have complete freedom over, like, and so it's not what everybody's been saying, that Zimmer is holding them down and he's keeping them conservative. So what is the problem with, like, and Clint is like, oh, we're putting some plays together. So obviously it's Clint's fault, man. It's Clint and Kirk, and these two has been working together for, like, this is not a new person. He was his quarterback coach. You would think these two are best friends. They got, like, plays up there. They got, like, 3rd and 2. If we ever get into a 3rd and 2, 3rd and 3, if we ever get into a 3rd and long, we're going to this. They should have like a whole row of plays for 3rd and 5, like a whole row of plays for 3rd and 10. So to, like, be in the middle of the season and still we don't know what's going on. We're still trying to figure things out. It's really asinine to me. Like, y'all should be. I don't understand that, but we should exploit them for what they're bad at. They have a great pass offense, actually. Keenan Allen is a handful. He went over 100 yards last game. Justin Herbert is on fire. He's lighting up the scoreboard, but he's going against Mike Zimmer, and we have a great defense. We have a good pass defense. We do good against the pass. We do good pressure in the quarterback. Our numbers are good on that. Our run defense is not as good. So it'll be interesting to see their bad run offense against our bad run defense. Now, I think that our bad run defense is better than their bad run offense. Hopefully. Now, it's the part of the game we got to hope for that we do good. Like the run defense absolutely have it. How is the run defense worse than the run defense of last year? How is this? When we have more starters and we're more keyed in on this year as compared to last year. Last year it was like all of our starters are out. We're playing with a bunch of rookies. But they played better against the run last year than this year. When we have guys like Michael Pierce and Michael Pierce been out. We brought in guys like Dalvin Tomlinson exactly for this reason, to stuff up the middle. So how are we? Dalvin Tomlinson, man, I'm looking at you sideways, Dalvin Tomlinson. You're too big to not, even though we've been seeing flashes of you in there. No. You should be in there every time. I want to see Dalvin Tomlinson in the mix every time there's a run play. He got to be in quarterbacks' faces every time there's a pass. Like, dude, you're too big and powerful and athletic. We need you to take up 3 linemen. There should be free blitzers. I don't understand. We have Dalvin Tomlinson. You see the frustration y'all feel. Bear with me. It's just frustrating being a Vikings fan. It makes no sense sometimes. No sense. So if we could, if our bad run defense can beat their run offense, then that means, Zimmer could really, because they're going to try to run the ball, even though that's not their strength. But most of these offenses, they got to establish the run. So we already know they're going to try to run the boy Eckler at us. We have to beat them. And then Zimmer could really do his thing, which I know he's going to do anyway. The blitz packages, he's going to try to confuse Justin Herbert. He still is a young quarterback. Justin Herbert is just his 2nd year. Mike Zimmer is Mike Zimmer. So I already know Zimmer, he's gonna be in his bag. Oh yeah, this is a young quarterback. I'm gonna confuse him. I've been doing this for like what Zimmer say, like 20s whatever years. So hopefully that's the plan. We confuse Justin a lot with a lot of blitz packages, and we can stop their run and really focus on their pass game, and throw some exotic blitzes at them. On offense, we have the best running back. Okay, we have a competent line, like I was saying. They have the absolute worst run defense in the NFL. Holy moly, donut shops! You see what Dalvin Cook do against good run defenses. The Ravens have a great run defense. So he did against them. So I mean, like for a team like the damn Chargers, who's dead last in the run, bro, this game should be run, play action. Run. Say it with me, class. Run, play action. Run, play action. Run, play action. Run, play action. Like, come on. Come on. Get the ball in Dalvin Cook's hand, please. Throw a couple screenplays in there. They're bad against the run. And then, obviously, when we start, you know how the play action game works. You run the ball, you have him load in the box, and then you fake the handoff and hit Justin, and hit Adam, and hit KJ. We should whoop these dudes. They're 5-3. That should be the Vikings record. We should be like 6-2 or something. How are team? That's why all the experts, we're the one team that confuses everybody. How are these dudes? How do they have all this talent and we don't understand their record? Bunch of close games. Us and the Ravens has been there's a lot of teams that's actually been in a bunch of close games, but for some reason, it's the Vikings who's just about lost them all. We've only won like 1 or 2 close games against the Lions and the Panthers. Every other one we lost. Damn it. God, man, like, if we can just do those, two things, if we can just accomplish our goal on offense, which is exploit their run defense and play action. Even in their pass defense ain't even all that. We can throw against them, but I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't test their pass defense when we have an obvious flaw in their game. Take advantage of it. Exploit it. Exploit their run defense and the play action game. The play action game should be prevalent in this game. Like, that should be our go-to pass play. I mean, you have a couple drop backs, have a couple short routes or whatever, but the play action should be like the number one go-to pass play in this game. Because we're going to exploit their run defense and we can go to play action. Like, it should be that simple. It should be that. I mean, like, this game right here, you could really go in your bag. Like, and then on defense, stop the run, play the pass, and you can really, and Zimmer really could mix it up, confuse him. It's like I'm repeating myself here, but I'm gonna wrap it up, man. Do that on offense. On defense, confuse Justin Herbert. He's only a second-year quarterback. Come on, Zimmer. How many quarterbacks have you went up against in your time? In your almost 30 years of doing this? He hasn't seen all the defensive looks. Use this game to really confuse that kid and really, you have like 100 defensive looks that you can come out with. Use this game to really go into your playbook, your defensive playbook, and confuse this young kid and shut down their pass. If we shut down their pass, they're going to try to establish the run. They have a bad run. They have a bad run offense. Just like, please win this game. It's a completely winnable game. Completely winnable game. Exploit them and take advantage of the areas we need to take advantage in. The areas we need to take advantage of. This should be an easy, well, not an easy win, because we do have areas they can exploit too. I just think our weak areas are stronger than their weak areas, if that makes any sense. I think they're more vulnerable in their weak areas than we are vulnerable in our weak areas. Like, I think our run defense is better than their run offense. And I think our pass offense is better than their pass defense. Their run defense sucks. So we're going to run all over them. Dalvin will run all over them. Like, unless they do something dramatic, some kind of a magical resurgence of their defense to play like a like, you know. But, you know, stats don't lie. People's records speak for themselves. But I'm telling you, man, our record don't speak for ourselves. We're the only team our record don't speak for ourselves. Oh, man, this is an absolute must-have and a could win. Then it's games like this where they lose by like 1 point. Oh, it'll be like the last. Look at that Detroit game. Like, it'll be like the last drive. Just hold on to the ball. They'll fumble it. And like their pray for us, Vikings fans. This is not good for my health at all. It's not good for my heart. It's not good for my health. You know. Yeah, man. Pray. Put your hands together. Hold your breath, whatever, because it's another breath holder, man. But I'm confident we're gonna pull this out. I'm confident I'm confident that, you know, we have the staff, we have the coaching. I'm confident that, you know, Kubiak is gonna prove that, you know, he knows what he's doing. He's probably been kind of slipping. This is the first. You gotta understand, this is the first promotion. He's a new OC. This is the first time for him. So, you know, he's gonna grow. He's gonna learn from the past, and all of these close games, you know, is gonna help us put things together and finally, you know, start putting these wins together. You know, but I really think Kubiak is gonna really he's doing his homework. He did his homework this week, and they're gonna pull this out. So we'll see what happens, man. Keep your fingers crossed, man. But I'll see you guys for the post game show. Until then, I'm gonna hold my breath until. It's a 3:30 game. It's a 3:15 game tomorrow. God damn. So that means I gotta hold my breath all the way to like 6 o'clock for like 3 hours. You guys pray for me. Skull, baby.